It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah. Single by choice, finding a voice, thinking Helen of Troy, sick of niggas still in the joy. Want a man, not a boy. She used to ride or die, but now she dying to live. Last dude did a bid, left her stuck with a kid. She working 2 jobs, Amazon and U-Haul, food stamps and coupons. Been doing this for too long. They wonder why she distant when she in the mix, but she done wasted so much time. You gotta come legit. Ain't no more Netflix and chillin'. She feel like texting for children. Want you to call her and gotta be ballin', but every now and then you can spoil her. She ain't worth it. That's why you feel deserted, and she sending dry responses to your message when she working. It's a genuine article, wanting more than a part of you. If you rise to the occasion as a king, this should honor you, dog. Listen, when the dating pool is full of piss, how could you blame her? What's gonna separate your weak ass from a personal trainer? You can't dress, never keep your hair groomed. You don't come from wealthy family, don't possess an heirloom, taking up space. When she look you in your face, it's no respect and admiration, yet you still trying to tell her to be patient. Get your shit together.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. In this particular video, we're going to be getting into Halle Bailey and her filing a restraining order against her ex-boyfriend, the father of her child, DDG. Okay? Now, they've been in the news or in the headlines quite a bit lately, of course. Over the past couple years, really since they got together, they've been in the headlines. People never really liked them as a couple. People always saw that Halle should have been with, somebody a little bit more, befitting, cleaner cut guy, perhaps nicer guy. I don't know. But he's a very public person. He lives his life online. We know of him because he was on YouTube, became a rapper, now a streamer, and their relationship was filled with a lot of drama. Allegations of him cheating, talking to other women, perhaps trying to get back with Ruby Rose, his ex, in the midst. There was even the drama about Halle wearing a shirt. I think it was an old shirt that actually used to belong to Ruby Rose. That was some drama. Just countless shit. I can't even remember everything. You know what I mean? The breakup was public when she didn't necessarily even ask for that information to be put out there. Her being pregnant was broadcast primarily on his part. People were speculating, but he's the one that put it out there. So a lot of people just ain't fucked with him, period. Told her to run. One of their worst nightmares was for them to have a child together, and it actually materialized, right? In the last couple of weeks, well, hell, about a month or so ago, DDG was online claiming he didn't have access to his son. Halle and Halo were sick, had RSV. He got on his stream complaining about how he couldn't take the child home. I want to be with my son. He's sick. I want to give him some soup. I want to take care of him. All this shit, right? Trying to plead to the public to make it seem like he's number one dad being exiled from his child. And the next thing you know, we've got a restraining order, right? She was just out in Jamaica with her sister. There was headlines being put out there that she was allegedly out there with Brent Faiyaz. Whether or not she was, that's perfectly up to her. She's no longer with DDG. People are claiming that maybe she cheated on DDG with Brent Faiyaz. There's nothing to materialize to say that that's true. But if that's her romantic interest at this point in her life, it's completely fair game. DDG has been linked to numerous women online, although he is currently single. Every couple days, he's with somebody else flirting. You know? So TMZ broke the news of this whole restraining order situation. He was on stream with Aiden Ross, of all people, when this thing happened. Aiden Ross is in the news for some bullshit, disrespecting Doechii and calling her out of her name and all this type of stuff based on that fucking Met Gala shit where she was yelling at her team about some umbrellas. We're not even going to get into all that right now because fuck him. But just kind of setting the stage. They were together on stream when TMZ broke the news. I find it very odd that he allegedly didn't know about the restraining order prior to this. But let's just go ahead and pull up the video, and then I'm actually going to pull up the entire filing from Halle afterwards, okay?
And I'm feeling like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. What? Oh, fuck. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real.
But,
that's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know.
So what did y'all talk about last night if this is such a shocker? Questions that need answers. I'll go ahead and play it some more.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
But I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here.
Don't even make no
Fuck all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say.
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. That shit is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
Number one, that shit looks staged in a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, but this was allegedly in the middle of their stream. I don't watch this shit, so I wouldn't know. But number two, stupid ass hats. Stupid ass hats on everybody in the motherfucking video. Violation. Anyway, Pikachu head ass hats. You got that going on. He's trying to put his fake reaction on. You got Aiden Ross over here. Fuck that, bro. Let me do the talking. Why the fuck would you be doing the talking for me, nigga, if somebody got allegations on me? What you gonna do, nigga? You're a fucking weirdo. Hell, anybody that's friends with you, I feel questionable about. Just off GP. But that was his reaction. He said he felt like he's in a simulation. Okay? Well, let's go ahead and simulate the paperwork, shall we? Now, when I pull this up, it's not going to have the first page of the restraining order because it has Halle's personal information and where she receives mail at. We don't want to dox anybody's personal address. So we're going to skip to the second page where it gets into the nature of the order. And then we're going to get into her declaration and all of the paperwork that's included, all right? As you can see at the top of the page, it says request for domestic violence restraining order. This is, in fact, for DV. All right. So here we get to your relationship to the person in question. And of course, that would be DDG. Okay. Let me see if I can scroll up to him at least without putting her personal information out. All right. I can't. Person you want protection from, Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., age 27. Born October 10th, 1997, male, black. All right, we're going to continue. Your relationship to person in two, right? They have a child together. Halo, born December 22nd, 2023. All right. So there's that. Other restraining orders in court cases. Are there any restraining orders currently in place or that have expired in the last 6 months? They say no. Are you involved in any other court case with the person in two? No. So they're not in an actual custody battle as he tried to state. Otherwise, they would have to say something about that there. He just gets online lashing out. Okay. So here they actually have to describe the nature of the abuse. Okay. So here they say describe abuse. In this section, explain how the person in 2 has been abusive. The judge will use this information to decide your request. Listed below are some examples of what abuse means under the law. It is not a complete list of all examples of abuse. Give information on any incident that you believe was abusive. Okay? So the date of abuse is dated May 11th, 2025. So this is just a few days ago. Okay? Did anyone else hear or see what happened on this day? She says yes. Accusations, verbal abuse, social media. Okay. Did the person in 2 use or threaten to use a gun or other weapon? No. Did the person in 2 cause you any emotional or physical harm? Yes. Did the police come? No. Okay. Give more details about how the person in 2 was abusive on this day. Details can include what was said, done, or sent to you. Example, text message, emails, pictures, how often something happened, etc. They say see attached declaration of Halle Bailey. So we're going to get into all of the details shortly. We're just going to get through the technicalities here. How often has the person in 2 abused you like this? They say this has been ongoing. Okay. Give dates or estimates of when it happened. See declaration, because it's not just about the other day, although that was a part of it. Okay. How has the person abused you in a different way from the abuse you described in 5? Date of abuse, March 7th. Okay. 2 months ago. Did anyone else hear or see what happened on this day? Checked yes. Halo. That means the child actually witnessed it. Okay. Now this is where things get very serious, because when you have delinquent behavior in front of your children, it can jeopardize you having access to them. Did the person in 2 use or threaten to use a gun or other weapon? No. Did the person in 2 cause you any emotional or physical harm? Yes. This was an act of physical violence. So back in March, it actually escalated to physical and was recorded on my Ring camera. See attached declaration. Okay. Did the police come? Yes. All right. So she has police that actually came out. Give more details about how the person in 2 was abusive on this day. Details can include what was said, done, or sent to you. See attached declaration of Halle Bailey. In sum, he entered my home 4 days before without my knowledge or consent, also recorded on my Ring camera. Then on March 7th, he returned and threatened to remove our son, who was sick at the time. He was verbally and physically abusive towards me while holding our son. He smashed my Ring camera and tried to leave with my phone. So during the time where he was talking about he was so sad about not having access to the child, he actually tried to remove Halo, and then he got on his stream later. How often has the person in 2 abused you like this? She checks 2 to 5 times. Give dates or estimates. There have been multiple acts of physical violence. See declaration. We're going to get to all of that. We have another instance from January 18th of 2025. That's this year as well. That's 3 different incidents in this year alone. And this is after they've already broken up. Did anyone else hear or see what happened? Halo, the child witnessed this again. Did the person in 2 use or threaten a gun or other weapon? No. Did the person in 2 cause you any emotional? We're going to get to all of this stuff. It says, see declaration. We disagreed about custody of our son in his car. He was physically abusive and verbally abusive. He caused me bruises and a chipped tooth. Okay. Did the police come? No. We're going to get to the declaration. I'm sure everybody's ready to get to it at some point. Do you want the restraining order to protect your children, family, or someone you live with? She says no, although I would probably say yes. But she says that's the child there, 18 months. Why do these people need protection? Daryl lacks an understanding of how his actions impact Halo. He is often verbally abusive towards me in front of Halo. On March 7th, 2025, Daryl was verbally and physically abusive towards me while holding Halo while visiting my home. He often demands to see Halo when it suits him, yet he leaves Halo with his mother while he travels. He will not communicate with me about a proper schedule for Halo. Okay? So she says that while he was actually holding their son, he was abusive in that instance as well. Does person own firearms? She says, I don't know. Check all the orders that you want the judge to make an order on. Order to not abuse. I asked the judge to order the person in 2 to not do the following things to me or anyone listed in here. All right. So no harassment, attacking, striking, threatening, assaulting, hit, follow, stalk, all things that fall under different forms of violence. Okay. No contact order. I asked the judge to order the person to not contact me or anyone listed. Stay away order. I asked the judge to order the person to stay away from me, my home, my job, my workplace, my vehicle, and my child's school or child care. Okay. How far do you want the person to stay away from you? 100 yards, whole football field. Okay. Do you and the person in 2 live together or live close? No. And he's already complained that she lives too far from him. He has to travel and whatnot to go see Halo. It's by car though. It's not like he got to get in a plane. Do you and the person in 2 have the same workplace or go to the same school? No. He don't got to move out because they don't live together. Other orders. Describe any additional orders you want the judge to make to keep you, your children, or the people in 8 safe. She says, I request permission to take Halo with me when I go to work in Italy for 2 months starting on June 7th, 2025, instead of leaving him here. It's sad that we got to know all this. She says, I will be filming a movie. I have family and a nanny who will be traveling with me to care for Halo while I am working. I also asked the court to order Daryl to cease and desist from posting and or streaming on any and all platforms about Halo and or me. Okay. At this point, she's completely tired of him going on his streams, using her and their son for clickbait views and rage bait. Okay. And this will be including but not limited to YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. He is a YouTube and Twitch blogger and creates a fan frenzy by making false claims about me. This has caused me to feel afraid and victimized. His fans then threaten me. I am often scared for my life and Halo's safety. Free Halo has become a slogan online, which is of his fans trying to say, hey, we need to get the child from her. As if viewers have anything to do with it. Child custody and visitation. Check this box if you have a child with the person in 2 and want the judge to make a change a child custody or visitation order. Okay, you must fill out Form DV-105 for that. Okay, I'm going to continue here. Let's see here. Record communications. I asked the judge to allow me to record calls or communications the person in 2 makes to me when those calls or communications violate this restraining order. Okay. And although this paperwork says this is not a court order, as of yesterday, it became one. Okay. This is just the filing. Child support. I do not have a child support order and I want one. Okay. So now at this point, she's been trying to work with him, keeping him off child support. Well, now she's filing for that as well. Okay. She would like lawyer's fees and costs. Okay. I asked that the person in 2 pay for some or all of my lawyer's fees and costs. If you ask for court fees and costs, the court grants your restraining order. The court must award you fees and costs if the respondent can afford to pay. He certainly can. He's admitted to making over 6 figures a month off of streaming. Batterer intervention program. I asked the judge to order the person listed in 2 to go to a 52-week, that's 1 year straight, batterer intervention program. The goal of this program is to stop abuse. There are weekly classes on accountability, abuse effects, and gender roles. If ordered, the person in 2 has to show the judge that they enrolled and completed the program. So he's going to have to go to these little classes that are going to teach him how to supposedly be a better person and handle himself with a little bit more decorum. Okay, we're going to continue. All right, she signs off on it. Her lawyer signs off on it. All gravy, right? DV-105. This is for child custody and visitation order. We don't need to know all of that. History of court cases, no. Is there a current order? No. Because they've been trying to work this out amicably just between themselves. Now it's gotten too far. Do you want to limit where the person in two can travel with your children? She says yes. Okay. She only wants him to be able to move about in the county of Los Angeles, California, nowhere beyond. So you can't try to run off. Do you believe the person in two might abduct or kidnap your child? She says yes. Okay. And she claims that he's made an attempt. Do you want the judge to make child custody orders? Legal custody sold to me. Physical custody sold to me. Do you want the person in two to have visits, parenting time with the children? No, I asked the judge to order that person in two have no visits. Okay? You can't keep your hands to yourself. Your hands will now be in your pockets. Okay? Details of supervised monitored visits. Okay? Who do you want to supervise the visits? A professional. Okay? So it's not a family member, not your mama, not your cousin, not your sister. A professional. Okay? How often and how long should the visits be? Once a week for 6 hours. Okay? That's your limit. One day a week, 6 hours. Have fun. Okay, no unsupervised visits. This is a request to prevent child abduction. Okay. Say this person has a history of abusing me, taking away or hiding our children from me, threatening to take away or hide our children from me, not cooperating with me in parenting. I can already tell by now we've got some people in the chat that are going to be saying, man, this is what happens to us good black guys. These women always try to take our children away from us and victimize themselves. Eat a dick, okay? Give examples or reasons for your answers above. Threatened to take our son without my permission and has tried to do so. Check all the orders that you want a judge to make. Do not move with children without permission. Okay? Turn in and do not apply for passports or other important documents. I asked the judge to order the person in two to not apply for passports or other documents that can be used for travel like visas. Damn. And birth certificates and to turn in the following documents. Damn. I'm quite sure he already got some passports, so he probably gonna have to turn his in. You've sacrificed your abroad travels, sir. Provide travel plan and documents. If the person in two is allowed to travel with our children, the person in two should be ordered to give me children's travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses and telephone numbers where the children can be reached, and an open airline ticket for me in case the children are not returned. Okay? Now, here we get into the declaration of Halle, where she's going to get into specific details about all of this, right? She was just answering questions, checking boxes. Here we get into actual allegations, all right? So I, Halle Bailey, declare I am the petitioner in this case. I have personal knowledge of the facts I state below, and if I were to be called as a witness, I could competently testify to what I have written in this declaration. Exhibits referenced below are true and correct copies of the identified document and are incorporated by reference at the place indicated by the exhibit letter. I submit this declaration in support of my request for domestic violence restraining order. Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr. and I were involved in a romantic relationship for about 2 years, beginning in 2022 and ending in 2024. Our son, Halo St. Granberry, was born on December 22nd, 2023. Throughout our relationship and continuing to date, Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abusive towards me. I am seeking orders to protect myself and our son, Halo, from his ongoing abuse. I would like to know how he's been financially. Is it him abusing her money or something along those lines? Or maybe it's about their son. Maybe he pulls back from, providing for the child when he's angry or something. Daryl is a professional YouTube and Twitch blogger and rapper. Whenever he wishes to cause upset He starts bad-mouthing me to his several millions of fans. We've seen this numerous times. He claims I am withholding our son and that I am with other men. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media. He seems to try to set up drama for his fans. He goes live ranting about me and alleges that I am keeping Halo from him. This is false. I have requested a set schedule, which he refuses. I'm also a public figure and am subject to public scrutiny and hate. As recently as this morning, May 13th, 2025. Okay, so even yesterday, Daryl was giving an interview in Miami on TikTok talking about our son flipping the script, claiming he is getting hated on by his fans. To be clear, I do not go on social media discussing our relationship or any of our issues related to our son. Only he does that. He is the one who creates the frenzy with his and my fan bases, and he is now going online to continue talking about it, furthering the frenzy. That is not child-centered. I have asked him to stop this behavior. He continues. He gets paid for hits, and this creates hits for him. Our relationship ended in 2024 because of Daryl's temper and lack of respect towards me. There have been numerous incidents of physical abuse even before Halo was born. So this goes back nearly 2 years of abuse because Halo's 18 months. He often calls me profanities, including bitch. He often called me evil. Since we broke up, we have had ongoing issues related to Daryl's last-minute demands to see Halo without any schedule. Okay, he just want to pop up. He will not commit to any regular visits or schedule for visits. He demands Halo when it is convenient for Daryl only. I never know when I will get Halo back or where he will be. Based on my discussions with him and his mother, I am aware that Daryl leaves Halo with his mother most of the visits, and his mother cares for Halo. So he be trying to get it. That's weird. Now, I understand your mama, she the grandmama, she want to see the baby. But if you want to see the baby, why is he always with your mama? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. I want Daryl's family to be close with Halo, but I believe Daryl should be present instead of simply leaving Halo with his family for days. That's fair. Especially if he's supposed to be with you and he end up somewhere else. On January 18, 2025, Daryl called and said he was coming over to get Halo, who was just 13 months at the time. I let him into my house and asked him politely when he would bring Halo back. I have repeatedly asked Daryl to please set a schedule. He did not want to talk and refused to tell me when he would bring Halo back. The discussion continued as I walked with him outside to assist to put Halo into the car seat. I was buckling the baby into his seat and physically got into the back seat to adjust the car seat. I had my left front door open and was not even fully dressed, as I was not even wearing shoes. Daryl kept repeating, "Get out of my car, bitch." Halo was crying. I repeatedly pleaded with him to stop calling me a bitch. I felt very nervous that he was taking Halo with him and was very agitated. I did not feel safe leaving a baby with him in this state. I also wanted to know when he would bring Halo back. He would not tell me. Okay. This argument then escalated. The next thing I knew, things got physical between us. We fought each other, wrestling and tussling. At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. He then slammed my face onto the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. I then stopped fighting back as I was in a lot of pain. I wanted to get out of the car with Halo, but was now stuck. Daryl then said that since I would not leave the baby in the car, he would take me with them. He drove quickly towards his house. So now that's kind of like an abduction damn near. When we arrived at his house, I was crying and told his family what happened. I begged his family, who were there, to help me figure out a schedule with him. They said, just leave Halo and go. I left hysterical. I had bruises over my arms and a chipped tooth. True and correct copies of pictures of the bruises and my tooth are attached here too as Exhibit 1. I'm sure y'all have seen that circulating online by now. On March 3rd, 2025, Daryl had Halo in his care. I was to pick up Halo at 3 p.m. that day. Instead, at approximately 12 p.m., while I was away from my home, Daryl came to my home and entered my home without my permission or knowledge. He does not have a key to my home. I will bring a copy of the Ring camera footage from that day that shows Daryl entering my sliding door on the side of my house and going upstairs. Okay, so wow. After he entered my home, Daryl then went to my bedroom and sent me pictures of my empty bed. He sent me a threatening text. Now I know what you been on, LOL. Which doesn't make any sense. Which I understood to be accusing me of having sex with other men. Like, why'd you break in her crib, take a picture of the bed? Exhibit 2. This left me feeling very unsafe and nervous that he would enter my home again when I was there. Yeah, makes sense. If he could get in while you're gone, he could definitely get in while you're there. On March 7th, 2025, Halo and I were both sick with RSV at my home. Y'all remember that? Daryl stopped by to see Halo. I had already warned about our sickness. I made it clear to him that I did not want Halo leaving my home because he was sick. When I told Daryl that, he became very angry with me. He raised his voice and became verbally abusive toward me, hurling bad names at me. He then saw that the Ring camera was recording. He unplugged the Ring camera, opened the side door, and threw the Ring camera out of my home. I went outside to retrieve the Ring camera. He then locked me out of my house. Oh my goodness. He locked you out your own shit while he still got your kid. Let's continue. I went around the back and came into the house through another entrance. I plugged the camera back in and called my family members for help. With her on the phone line, I repeatedly asked Daryl to please leave. I told him that he was being rude and I was too sick to deal with him. He would not leave. So while her and Halo are dealing with RSV, trying to recover, he is antagonizing the situation. When he realized that my family member was on the phone, he became enraged. Around the same time, I noticed that he also saw the Ring camera was back on, so he smashed the camera. I have this recorded and will bring the recording to the hearing. Okay, Daryl then grabbed my phone and hung up on my call to my family member. At some point, while he was distracted, I was able to get Halo from him. Daryl then ran out of the house with my phone. I followed, begging to please give my phone back. He got into his car and closed the door on me while I was holding Halo. Daryl then drove off and threw my phone out the window and yelled, "Go get it, bitch." As a result of this incident, I filed a police report. So he destroyed her Ring camera and attempted to destroy her phone. As a result of this incident, I filed a police report. I am attaching as Exhibit 3 a true copy of the police card and incident report case number. I will obtain a copy of that police report for the hearing. She's been taking notes all along. This lack of schedule and Daryl's random demands caused me great distress. I am a singer and actress. I am often on set or having to arrange my schedule ahead of time. I must be able to work. People begin threatening me and this creates fear for me. I have attempted to work with Daryl to set up a schedule for Halo, but he refuses to talk to me and just goes live to blast me to his fans. We've been seeing that all year. I also continue to try to work with his mother to try to arrange time for Daryl to be with Halo. I was filming in New Jersey last month and arranged for his mother to come and take Halo to visit with his father. In coordinating the trip, I learned that Daryl had purchased a one-way ticket for his mother to come to New Jersey and take Halo to him. He demanded I pay the cost of the return ticket and would not book it. How you gonna fly my child and your mama to Jersey, but then say, well, if you want them back, pay for the ticket? How'd that work? And I know some people, again, gonna be like, well, she got the money to do it. Yeah, but that's manipulation. I had a lawyer get involved in order to protect our son and draft an agreement to ensure that our son would be returned to me. All right, Exhibit 4. I was glad that I could facilitate the visit, but it created tremendous stress for me and disrupted my work while I was dealing with Daryl's threats. The court should also be aware that Daryl's mother and I discussed further visits after the visit last month, but Daryl chose not to see our son. This is not unusual. Daryl often goes weeks without contact, then demands Halo that very day. Daryl's mother and I also discussed that I would be back in Los Angeles with Halo returning on May 11th, 2025. Of course, just past Mother's Day weekend. Our communication evidencing these discussions are attached as Exhibit 5. Then on May 5th, the night of the Met Gala, Daryl started up again online. He went live on his Twitch channel, voicing that he was unable to see his son, implying that I was keeping Halo from him. He then created a firestorm of media around freeing Halo from me. See various social media messages directed at me, collectively Exhibit 6. His fans then began accusing me of refusing to share Halo and being out partying with other men. Given the fact that Daryl's mother and I had texted about my whereabouts a week prior, and Daryl did not wish to see Halo after his last visit, the timing of his Twitch post was intended to ruin my night, which it did. I could not concentrate or be present at the Met Gala. I was worried about the situation again. Every time this happens, I feel scared, anxious, and worry about Halo's safety as well as my own. I've noticed a pattern of Daryl doing this when I have events related to my career, although I am trying to work hard to provide for our son. I told y'all before, I've been through this myself. Of course, I've never been at the level of these people, but, you know, dating people who intentionally sabotage good things that are going on for you when you have events and stuff going on. Yeah. Been through that before. Not in my current, but before. Okay? Okay. Likewise, the weekend of Mother's Day, May 9th through 11th, 2025, I left New Jersey with Halo and went on a short vacation with my sister. Daryl again accused me of being with other men and posting about my relationship with other men. See Exhibit 7, a true and correct copy of social media post that Daryl began texting me. As always, this caused me great distress. I even texted him, hoping he would stop. Exhibit 8. So this is a quote. Daryl, are you not tired of harassing me? You make up a new lie on me every day. I'm in St. Lucia, having fun with Shermay and Chloe, not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. I told your mom I was going to be with my sister last week. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon. Okay? More recently, this has become extremely upsetting to me because Daryl refuses to work with my attorney to set up any schedule. Instead, he is threatening that he will take our son 50% of the time and pay me zero support. It should be noted that he has never paid me child support, and I have never sought child support from him. I've asked him, however, to contribute to Halo's expenses. Only on one occasion has he done so. All this 6 figures a month shit you got going on, you don't want to put in on your son activities? I am contractually committed to be filming a movie out of the country in Italy on June 7th, 2025 for approximately 8 weeks. I have been and remain the only caretaker of Halo throughout his entire life. I do not believe it's in Halo's best interest to be left with Daryl, or more likely his mother, because Daryl leaves town on a weekly basis most weeks, especially for the entire 8 weeks. I am seeking permission to take Halo with me to Italy so I can continue caring for him. I am contractually bound to be in Italy to film. I have family and a nanny who will be traveling with me to care for Halo while I am working. I've done everything possible to avoid going to court. I've tried to placate Daryl by providing him access to Halo, even though he is not with Halo and often leaves Halo with his mother. I have facilitated his visits no matter where I am, and often last minute. I realize that there is no placating Daryl. I cannot allow this abuse any longer. I cannot keep living like this. I never know when he is going to demand our son to be in his mother's care, and whether I will be subjected to his threats and abuse. And it's really crazy to me. You keep doing all this extra to get your child just to drop him off with mama. Like, you don't really care about the son. Let's be clear. Well, I ain't gonna say you don't care about him, but not like that. Not to that extent. And if you're an abuser in front of the child, you really don't. I'll continue, though. As of the date I am signing this declaration, Daryl is in Miami online railing against me, alleging he cannot see his son. He is not in Los Angeles. I had planned on Daryl picking up Halo on Monday, yesterday, at my home in Los Angeles. His attorney has not responded to mine to go arrange for the visit. This is not child-centered, and Halo is only being used to further his fan base and online presence. She said, you using the child to build your motherfucking Twitch stream, sir. Which a lot of people had already been saying about your ass. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of California that the foregoing is true and correct, executed on May 13th, 2025, Halle Bailey. Okay, let me be, where are we going now? Exhibit 1. Okay, we're going into the evidence here. So this here are bruises on her arm, as you can see here. Her arm is bruised. Another shot of the bruise on her arm. Here, we see this chipped, cracked tooth. Okay? That's from the top of the year. Exhibit 2. This is a text message from BD, aka DDG. He says, me and Halo is at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that. Okay, so he was at the front door, but somehow he found his way in when no one else is there. He then proceeds to take a photo of her bedroom, looking at her bed. He says, now I know what you've been on. You can pick Halo up from George. I have to go to work. Okay. So the man who wanted to see his son so badly left them with whoever George is and decided he had to go rather than keep him for extra time until she got there or just wait till she returned. Guess she didn't text back quick enough. Exhibit 3. This is the card left from the LAPD from their visit after an incident. Okay, this is March 7th. This was when they had the incident whilst her and Halo were sick. Okay, DV incident. Report taken. Exhibit 4. This is a travel agreement here. It says, I, Halle Bailey, am the mother of the minor child, Halo St. Granberry Halo, born December 22nd, 2023. I agree that Tanya Granberry, Halo's paternal grandmother, will travel with Halo from Newark. So this is about the flight to Jersey. Travel with Halo from Newark Liberty International Airport to Los Angeles with via Alaska Airlines, flight blah, 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 April 5th, 2025. I understand that this is scheduled to depart at 7:59 p.m. and to arrive at LAX at 11:28 p.m. I agreed to make arrangements with Tanya to meet at a mutually convenient location to timely transfer Halo to Tanya in advance of the flight to LAX. I agree that Tanya and Halo will travel from LAX to EWR via United Airlines flight on Thursday, April 10th. Okay, I agree to timely meet Tanya and Halo at EWR to pick up Halo. This visit is expressly conditioned on Halo being returned to me on April 11th. Halo being in the constant care of Tanya and Halo's father, DDG. Okay. Exhibit 5, more text. This is between Halle and DDG's mother. Okay, I'm back end of month. He misses you too. Yay, that's not too long. LOL. Hi, just wanted to keep you in the loop. We will be back the 11th now. Haven't heard about Moo getting Halo later this week, as we lightly talked about before. If he will be in town, would you like to get him 27th and return him the 4th? Otherwise, I can keep him until we're back, but just wanted to let you know we'll be back on the 11th, okay? Which would be this month. His mom says, okay, and I will double check with him and let you know. A couple days later, she says, hi, forgot to text you. He said that he will wait until you get back to get him. Okay? Exhibit 6. These are social media people. Free Halo, bitch. More. Let DDG see his son. Let him see his son. This is getting sad. DDG may be an ass, but we know he's a good dad. Don't take that away from Halo. Yeah. Let the nigga see his baby, yo. You got white motherfuckers saying nigga. Let DDG see his son. Out partying, but couldn't let him have his son for one night while in the same city. Evil. You could have let DDG see his son tonight while you were at a party since it's been nearly a month, but you didn't. I pray you start being a better co-parent, at least for Halo's sake. Ursula, free Halo. One day Halo will understand the damage she has done in his childhood. Free Halo. As if he is a prisoner. It's been a month since DDG saw his son. Let him see his son in peace. You lose a motherfucker ET looking asshole. Wow. Shut the fuck up, Halle. Wow. It's been a month. Let him see his son. Let dog see his son, though, and quit the childish shit. DDG better avatar eyes. Congrats, Halle. Well, what the congrats there for? If you're out, let DDG babysit his son instead of a random. Yes, I'm sucking dick. That didn't even feel right. Yes, I'm sucking. And yes, DDG fucks the baddest hoes. Now what, bitch? These niggas crazy, man. You're a horrible person for not letting Daryl see Halo while you were partying in New York. And then I'm sorry, y'all. That nigga said, yes, I'm sucking dick. Holy moly. You're a horrible person for not letting Daryl see Halo while you were partying in New York and then taking him with you to a different country right after. It's been a month since he saw his son. Oh, song. Put your hatred for him aside and become a better person. Little do y'all know that nigga said he was gonna wait till she get back, but then he decided to cut his stream on and act like it was something different. Fuck, nigga. Exhibit 7. New name and photo available. Daryl Granberry update contact. Okay, pretty much confirms that Halle Bailey, Brent Faiyaz rumors. Keeping Halo away from DDG while Brent playing stepdad in St. Lucia is nasty work. Courtesy of the DJ that don't fucking spin. Okay, so he texts her some Twitter rumors and says, this is foul, bet. He then texts her a photo of Brent Faiyaz out in St. Lucia, allegedly. Which, if she wanted to see the nigga out there, who gives a fuck? Maybe he's more present with the child than your motherfucking ass, sir. Anyway. No Spin TV out here lying once again. DDG can't see his son because Halle took Halo to go be with Brent Faiyaz in St. Lucia. Treacherous. DDG continues. He says, you think you hurting my feelings when you really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. But just have the same energy when it's my turn to have them. I'm on the same shit. So I guess he's saying, since you're having another man around my child, I'm finna have hoes around our child too. Which is something he said he vowed not to do. But then, you know, be having hoes on the screen. Exhibit 8. She says, Daryl, are you not tired of harassing me? You make up a new lie on me every day. I'm in St. Lucia having fun with Shemaine and Chloe. Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. I told your mom I was going to be with my sister last week. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon. And they could have, you know what I'm saying? They could have arranged a little rendezvous. Chloe could have kept Halo for a second. If that's a thing. Yes, I said it that many times on purpose. Maybe Halo ain't never met the nigga. I don't know. Either way it go, fuck him. And I can already feel the fucking peanut gallery throwing them goddamn nuts at my window. J Nolan, you always ride for the women. It doesn't matter what they do. You goddamn right, nigga. Until I'm faced with evidence in the contrary. Vroom, vroom, bitch. And if you're mad, be mad at yourself. This shit ain't about who she's dating. This is about abuse. Okay? This is about somebody putting his hands on a woman multiple times. She says it extends back nearly 2 years. Oh, man, I don't know what that bruise is. Okay. Probably be using the same excuse in your personal life. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. I don't value that much. If you gotta leave, get your motherfucking walking shoes on. Don't let the good dough hit you with a good load. Split you. Man, I'm out of here, man. You should have left before. Fuck, nigga. Now let me stop. Just addressing it because I know it's inevitable. Okay? So that is Halle Bailey with her restraining order of protection. DV. Okay. She's also requesting child support. She's also requesting that he only be able to do supervised visits with Halo due to the nature of the abuse, due to the fact that he's tried to run off with the child, due to the fact that he's taken the child on the road and only purchased a one-way ticket with no plans of returning, saying if you want him back, you're going to have to pay for the ticket to do so. Well, what was your plan otherwise if she didn't? So there's that on that, okay? Now, I've also seen some things circulating online. People talking about how Ruby Rose, once upon a time, tried to expose some of the very same things about DDG that she experienced and people kind of swept under the rug, you know, for whatever reason. This isn't the clearest depiction, but this photo here is of Ruby Rose with bruises on her as well, on her arm. And this is a text message, again, not very clear, but it says, I told you how a nigga did me and you do the same shit and make fun of me while doing it. My nose and shit. What? While doing it. I can't see that part. It's blurry. The same shit he did, telling me no nigga will ever love me, I'm a whore, and all that same shit. You haven't been feeling love lately, and you need another girl to talk to. Bet. I won't speak on it at all. Respect me and don't speak on me, okay? Again, that shit blurry as the fuck, okay? I did my best. I ain't even got the best eyesight out this motherfucker. But clearly enough, you can see it's the same story over again. This is an old text thread between Ruby and DDG. He says, up top, I get you mad, but I'm telling you, Ruby, I'm not Lala. I'ma fuck your whole career up. Don't do it to yourself. This is 2021. I got love for you. I really don't want to do you bold online. I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad, Ruby. Just stop. She says it's already bad and you're threatening to end my career if I tell people how you hit on me. More things to show on my live. Thank you. So she threatened to expose him while live. He says, LOL, if you go live, bro, just know you really lost me. Have a blast. You're going to lose all respect from me and anybody I fuck with or you fuck with. Just think before you do, is all I'm going to say. Okay? Y'all remember this one from last year when they first broke up? He got on that AI thing and was acting like he was talking to AI Halle about the child, about Halo.
Where's Halo at?
What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's in bed RN?
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public over a fucking Usher concert. Where is my son at? I'm taking my son. Where is Halo?
So that was a simulation that he put up acting like he was talking to Halle on stream in front of his thousands of fans, making it seem like she was keeping the child from him. And you saw how he was talking to that thing, man. Type of shit he on. And now people have resurfaced old footage of DDG on some platform. I don't know which one it was, excuse me. But here he warns any women that are getting involved with him that he's a toxic ahead of time.
T, toxic. I'm very, very toxic, ladies. So before you get involved with me, do your research. S, sexy. The ladies know.
Okay, so he says, T, toxic. I'm very toxic. Okay, so before you get involved with me, do your research. Now, what type of nigga you know say some shit like that? What you mean, do your research? I don't know nothing about that life, man. And ain't no nigga that I call myself hanging around ever said no shit like that neither. So, again, if you identify with that lifestyle, you might well unsubscribe today, baby, because it's gonna be a long ass ride. You already should know what the fuck going on by now. Anyway, let's continue. So that's where we stand with this whole DDG and Halle Bailey situation as of now. I'm sure there will be more advancements, more information to come out. You know, there's been some instances where DDG has tried to allude to trying to ruin Halle's reputation and ruin her good girl image and say that she's done things behind the scenes to hurt him as well. So I would not be surprised if he tries to spin this and try to make it into oh, she did this to me, she did that to me, to make it seem like he had reasons for putting his hands on her. Textbook moves. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. For anybody who's been through these types of events or situations, you know, hopefully this video wasn't too triggering going through that paperwork. Wish y'all the best, and I'll catch y'all later, man. Much love and respect. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.